We're here with the one and only, the legend. This is what the sport stands for here in the United States of America, Mr. Dan Gable. Dan, how do you feel about coming out here to this event here in Times Square, Beat the Streets?
Oh, I'm excited. I get a little nervous when I get around top flight wrestling and people making Olympic teams and all these lights. Kind of get a nervous high a little bit, but I loved it. That's my nature. My nature is I'm a wrestling guy, and when you set up an event like this and we get all this ink and we get all this
Absolutely.
Press, then I just think that, hey, we're doing a good job.
When you won your Olympic gold, and you didn't give up a point, by the way, when you won that Olympic gold.
Are you supposed to?
I didn't think so, but the way you handled it, the way you conducted yourself, and then the way that you followed that up with your coaching career, and I followed your coaching career. I was wrestling during the time you were out, sending multiple national champs and Olympians out. How did you transfer your coaching attributes or your wrestling attributes into coaching, and what kind of transition was that for you?
That's quite a question, and it's one that's, you can write a book on, but let me tell you real quick. They make rules of the sport. It's for training and for scoring, and you got to analyze those. And if you can get your kids to kind of go above the rules and make sure that if the rules aren't as good as they should be from an entertainment factor or from a work ethic point of view or just any reason, or if you can make it even more difficult than the rules are and you can get your team to buy in and you do it over time on a daily basis, you're going to have some extra performances that other people aren't doing. And we had that reputation, and so we were getting inside people's heads, right, and we were winning matches before we stepped on the mat.
I agree with that. You also had the fandom behind you. Iowa City was insane. I went out there to the Olympic trials. I've never seen anything like it.
Well, it took quite a while to build that up, but once we started getting a lot of winning and more than winning, the entertainment factor, then we got the people to come out. So, it can happen. It's just you got to make it a reality. You got to have commitment.
The final question, Dan. Right now, what you see with the scoring, I mean, FILA is changing the rules so often. I mean, it's kind of crazy right now. And just remembering your style, score, and thinking about how some guys are wrestling now, namely the Europeans. I mean, they sit back, they wait for one opportunity to put a point on the board, and then they win the period that way. What's your take on the current scoring and the current style of wrestling that people are using today?
Well, I think the intentions are good. They want them to come in, go hard, and get out. But they come in, and they don't necessarily go hard. And so the intentions are good, but the results aren't as good as we want them to be. It's nerve-wracking, and so I still enjoy it, but we can do more to make the athletes actually perform more holds and more tactics and more techniques. We don't see much mat wrestling, so there's a lot more that we can do. The referee can be involved more as far as calling stalling. Right. We can do a lot of things, but it's still pretty tough and it's still pretty good. I'd just like to see some of those things get tweaked.
Right. Do you see anybody on the U.S. team right now that's kind of got you your juices flowing?
Well, yeah. Somebody that comes out and wrestles hard and they score a lot, and they even if they didn't score a lot, if they wrestled hard and they wrestle smart. Tonight it was a great example of Jordan Burroughs, what he could do offensively. The other guy was coming out and ready for his slow match, and boom, he got hit again, he got hit again, match over. And that's the way, and that's if you get the Russians to come up a little bit, because they can wrestle too, and if you get somebody that challenges him, then it's a really good dogfight. But right now, he's got an edge on him because everybody else wants to make it easy, and he's making it, well, maybe it's easy for him, but it's harder work for burning calories and putting output in.
Dan Gable, absolute legend in the sport. Iowa, he was an Olympic champ in '72 when unscored upon. His legendary coaching career at Iowa University with the Hawks, and he's actually put a stamp on American wrestling in terms of go, offense. And if I remember this quote correctly, just make sure that I have this right, Dan, the more I'm in on his legs, the less he's in on mine. Is that correct?
Absolutely, but you got to be able to score in there too. And I mean, you got to be able to score offensively, and so that means you're on his leg, you're scoring, you're not hanging on. And you're trying to cut the corner, you're trying to lift him up, but if the guy does get it on your legs, you still have to know what to do, and you got to score there as well.
Absolutely. Dan Gable, the legend, thank you so much. We appreciate your time.
Yeah, I love it.
Appreciate it.